Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and it's the day before our new Patreon reward. And last month's Patreon reward was the PBN Institute puzzle pack, the instigator and one of the main authors of which was Panthera, and you can see many videos by her on the solutions to the puzzles she created for that Japanese sums pack on Patreon. And it's great to be doing another Japanese sums puzzle by Panthera on the channel today. I'm very pleased to do that. It's called Chaos Power, and we don't have any boxes or regions given to us in this one. I mean, it's going to be interesting. Now, tomorrow's puzzle pack is by Joseph Namer. What a brilliant author. I mean, frankly, we have been so privileged these June and July to have such good puzzle constructors making puzzles that we can use. That's really kind. And it's a real benefit for our Patreons. We are very grateful for your $2 or $3 a month. We really are, and thank you for doing so. Now, what else have we got going on the channel? We've got, of course, all our apps and merchandise and Sven's SUDOKU PAD, all on the links under the video, along with the where to find Patreon and Discord. And we urge you to give them all a try. But also, do give this puzzle a try. This is Chaos Power by Panthera. Now, we're going to have to find the regions here. Normal Sudoku rules apply. That's not entirely true, I don't think, because normal Sudoku rules include 1 to 9 in every row, column, and box. In this puzzle, we're going to put 1 to 9 in every row, column, and region. Now, regions must be determined. Cells within a region are either shaded or not, but not both. Okay, hang on a second. Let's do the Japanese sums rules bit first. The clues outside the grid indicate the sums of the contiguous runs found in that row or column that must be shaded. So somewhere in this row is a group of cells that add up to 18 that we're going to shade, and a group of cells that add up to 4, could be just one cell, that we're going to shade, and then some unshaded cells around and in between those. There must be an unshaded cell, at least one unshaded cell between runs. If a row or column is unclued, there is no shading in that row or column. And we do have some. That column, for instance, is unclued. As I say, regions must be determined. Cells within a region are either shaded or not, but not both. So regions are either fully shaded or fully unshaded. And they are, a region is a 9-cell connected group of the digits 1 to 9. Connected orthogonally, not just diagonally. Now, there is a 3 by 3 magic square, all 3-cell rows, columns, and diagonals summed to the same number, hidden somewhere in the grid, in the picture or in the grid. A strong hint that we're going to get a picture there as well. Okay, so that is quite a lot of rules. Do make sure that you're comfortable with what they mean before you start. But I think I know what they mean. I am going to reset my clock and start now. Let's get cracking. So, a 31 clue. Right, no, first thing, I'm going to shade all these perimeters. I'm going to unshade. I'm going to green shade all these perimeters, because none of them have a clue in, so they're all unshaded. Oh, that makes the task that I was about to undertake a lot simpler. 31 clue has to be at least 5 cells. I know that because the 4 biggest Sudoku digits are 9, 8, 7, 6. They only add up to 30. So we've got to shade a run of 5 cells in this row, and that's got to include 5 or more cells in this row. It could actually be as many as 7, but that's got to include those 3. So I'm shading those. Now, unfortunately, 30 to 31 is the cutoff point. So because 30 down here could only be 4 cells, that's the only one I'm certain of shading. Same in this column, that's the only one. In this column, 23 could be done in 3 cells. So I don't think there is a cell I can shade immediately on those grounds anyway. Now, what's that given us? In this central column, we've got starts for both shaded areas, 18 and 4. In fact, this digit, oh, that's interesting. This digit is 1, 3, or 4, because the 4 will either be made up of a 1, 3 pair or a single 4. And therefore, actually, that is very helpful, because now this 30 has become 5 cells at least, just like this 31 is, because if it was only 4 cells, there'd be 9, 8, 7, and 6, which wouldn't include that one. So we can shade those around it as well. Oh, okay, this is getting a bit more interesting. Now these 7 and 9, how many cells can that involve? That adds up to 16. That could involve a maximum of 5 cells. So yeah, 7 and 9. Okay, the simpler way to see it is that those numbers couldn't ever reach this cell from there or from there, because 7 and 9 can't be 4 cells long. So that's unshaded. The same must be true here. There's a lot of symmetry going on. 6 and 8 can't get to that cell. Now 18 could get to that cell and even beyond it. So I don't have so many powers in the middle column. Oh, but look at the middle row now. Look, the groups of cells in the middle row. 4 again, 1, 3, or 4 there. Oh, look, that means I can do the same thing with the shading here. Just exactly the same as down here. But where is the 5 going to go? The run of cells that include the 5, they can't be here or they'd be touching the 4. They can't be here or they'd be touching the 6. So it's that cell, and it is a 5. We get a 5 in the center of the grid. The old Pyman theorem of the great puzzle. Now, these are either a single cell adding to 6 or a 2-4 pair. Oh, that's really annoying. I don't know how to pencil mark that. And this is either a 1-3 pair or a single 4 there. So, I mean, that is how to pencil mark that. I've done it. Now, what about this 18? Well, the 5 can't be in the 4, so it must be in the 18. So those cells have become grey. Now, 10, 3, 7 here. Surely that's got to be in the 3. This couldn't be part of the 10 because you couldn't fit 3 and 7 after it. And the same the other way around. It can't be part of the 7 because you couldn't fit 10 and 3 before it. So that's part of the 3. But I'm not just going to write a 3 in there, because it could be a 1-2 pair if it was on that side. Because then you could have 2 cells adding up to 10, a 1-2 pair, and a single 7. In fact, then the 2 cells adding up to 10 would definitely be 6-4, which is interesting but not that helpful. Now, what about this 5-1-3? Is that the definite 1? Yes, it is. You can't get 5 and 1 in before it or 5 and 1 in after it without touching it. Ah, so that's a 1, and this isn't a 1, but that hasn't fixed whether it's 2 cells or 1. But the 1 must be flanked by unshaded cells. So now this 18 has either got 9 or 8 in those cells. Oh, that nearly definitely pushes it into this cell, but not quite, because it could be 5-1-3-9. I think it's likely to be 5-1-3-9, but is there an 18 total with a 5 in? 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. Yes, there's probably another as well. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, I think. So 10 is 2 cells, so that must be shaded. It's either 2 cells. Oh yeah, no, it must be those 2. If this cell is in the 3, yes, those 2 are the 10. That's unshaded. That's giving us a 7 at the top of the grid here. If this was 2 cells, you'd get a 2 there, a 1 there, a 5 here for the 6 clue. That's all right. 7 is either a single 7 or 2 cells there, or a single 7 here. Actually, I don't think it can be that because of the 6 clue. Now, what about up here? 12. Oh, 23. This is in the 23, which is at least 3 cells minimum. So that becomes shaded. What's the maximum for 23? 1, 2, I suppose 6 cells. Could it be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Yeah, it could be. Bother. I mean, I do have a feeling that we're going to get some sort of, well, at least mirror symmetry going on here, but in terms of the shape. But I'm not allowed to use that. It's not logic. I don't want to use that, to be honest. Right, is that... Oh, these are both 6s at the top clues of columns 6 and 7. So that can't be a pair of single sixes, so these can't both be green. Is that any use? Not really. Ah, 513. Right, the 3 can't be 2 cells because there'd be a 1 and a 2, which would clash with that. So this is a 3. That's not a 3. This is green. The 6, I was going to say the 6 must be above that, but what if the 6 wasn't above that? The 6 could be here, or even 2 of those with 9 below it. So, no, I don't know that. Oh, 5, that's lovely. 5 now can't be 2 cells because it would either be 1, 4 or 3, 2. So it must be 1 cell. So that's a 5. And that's green. And this grey is part of a 12. So that's grey. I don't know anything. Oh, maybe I do know something about how they're made up. No, I don't. 5, 7, 3 would make this 2, 1. Okay, they can't be 5, 7 for a slightly complicated reason. If they were, we'd have 5 here, 7 here. Now this row would go 3, 7, 2, 1, but that would only leave 1 cell, and we've already had a 7 in the row, so that wouldn't work. So it's not a 5, 7 pair, but I think it can probably either be a 4, 8 or a 3, 9. Now what's that going to leave to make up 10? 7, 6, 2 or 1. And there I get stuck. Now, can this be a 2, 4 pair? Do you know it can if this was 3, 1? That's really irritating. Can this be a single 4? Only if this is a single 6 in one of these cells. Ah, no, hang on. This was going to add up to 23. And that's now a maximum 7. So the most that can add up to is 21, and this is grey. And it's either part of a 2, 4 sum or it's a single 6. And we've got to fit a 3 down here somewhere, and 9 down here, 4 down here, 8 down here. This bottom half is much less usable. It really is. Come on, let's keep going. Oh, I've totally forgotten the regions rule. Is that interesting yet? And the magic square thing. I haven't thought about these possibilities at all. Oh, well, at least there's some tools in my armory, because I'm beginning to run a bit short on what to do with the Japanese sums. Now, 18, and that could be anything bigger than a 5, so this could stop there. 5139 still looks possible. Tempted to say likely. Oh, yes, okay. Now I'm remembering the bit about every region. Well, I mean, I was remembering this before, but every region is either fully shaded or not shaded at all. Now, I've just worked out that a corollary of that is that the number of shaded cells in this puzzle are divisible by 9 because they are a number of total regions. Now, I'm wondering if that number now has to be 27 cells, and if it does that actually help me? Could there be 36 shaded cells? Okay, let's go for the maximum number of shaded cells. So I think there could still be 7 in this row if the outies were 5, 9 or 6, 8. There could be 5 in this row. There's only 3 in this row, definitely. In this row, I did work out it could be all 5 with a 2, 4, 5, 3, 1. Ooh, in this row, you could have a 3 and a 1, 2, 5. So 4 is the maximum. In this row, 19 is the total. That's a maximum 5 cells. And in this row, 30, I suppose could be 7. 14, 24, 27, 31, 36. Oh, wow. So we would be fully maxed out if there were 4 shaded regions. Every cell would have to have the maximum. And that can't work because because you'd have 7 cells in that region shaded, 7 in that row, 7 in this row. That would mean that this 23 in column 2 would have to be a single run going all the way down, and 7 cells can't add up to 23. So no, that's perfect. 36 is impossible because these can't all be maximum for that reason. Therefore, I mean, we've probably already got 18 shells shaded. Spoonerism. 18 cells shaded. 5, 8, 11, 14, 17. We haven't, but we're clearly going to get at least 2 more cells, say, in that row. So we are going to end up with 3 shaded regions. Okay, that was a bit laborious, but I have worked that out. So there will be 27 shaded cells. Okay, and what are the maxima and minima then? I'm sorry, this is interesting me enough that I'm bothering to do it. So 4 or 5 there. 3 definitely there. 6, 5, 4 could be 3 cells or a maximum of 5. 3 and 8 could be 2 cells. What was my maximum? I think it was 4. 8 and 11, I worked out a maximum of 5, but the minimum is 3. And 30, well, with that 1, 3 or 4, it's a minimum of 5 and a maximum of 7. So my minimums, 5, 9, 12, 15, 17, 20, 25. I'm only 2 cells more than the minimum. And it might even be different if I worked it out from the top, which I haven't been doing. I've just been looking at the rows. Okay, I'm going to work it out at the top because I am interested in this aspect. Now, this 23 can't be done in 3 cells anymore, so it's 4 or a maximum of 6, I suppose. 12 and 3, well, we know the 12 is 2 cells, so it's either 3 or 4. 7 and 9, 2 to 4. 18 and 4 is either 4 and 5. Well, it's either... Okay, it's a minimum of 5 cells which have already got shaded and a maximum of 6. 6 and 8 could be anywhere between 2 and 5. That's annoying. 6 and 9, similar, 2 to 5. 30, with those maximum of 7 in 2 cells, has to be at least 5, but could be as many as 7. Right, so I don't think this was as helpful because the spreads are bigger. 4, 7, 9, 14, 17, 19, 24 minimum, which is, we had a 23 minimum in the rows. 6, 10, 14, sorry, 10, 20, 30, 37 maximum, which is exactly the same as the maximum here. Oh no, that was a 36 maximum. So no, those spreads were very unhelpful. So I might leave these guides in because these minima are quite important. They add up to, let me just check it, 25. So I'm only having 2 cells more than the minimum there. So these are just aide-memoirs, counting the numbers of grey cells and their possibilities, and I am not using them as Sudoku numbers at all. I think really my work on Sudoku numbers is going to be focused entirely on grey cells for a long time. Right, okay, enough waffle about the cell counts. Now let's see if we can make some progress just by thinking about the numbers. Now here, these are very small. 3, 4, I suppose you could have 9, 8, 6 and stop short of this cell. But I wonder if you could, because then these would all be full. I actually don't know whether I think these corners, even instinctively, are in the picture or outside it. Well, okay, in the 23 column, they can't both be in the picture. So maybe that means they're all likely to be outside it. But I certainly can't rely on that kind of symmetry consideration. Now, how would we avoid this being in? By these being something like 4, 5, 7, no. 4, 5, 6, 8 would do it. It's hard to find a way to do that. And that wouldn't be possible, actually. That's quite interesting. 4, 5, 6, 8 wouldn't be possible because you'd get 4 here from the 10 sum, 8 here from the 12 sum, and that would clash with 8 here. So how could we stop short of this cell? I'm trying to prove this cell is grey by proving that we can't fit 23 in here legally. And if we used 6 here, 6 and 5 is 11. These would have to add up to 12. They couldn't use another 6. And they couldn't use 7, 5. So 6 is not possible here if we stop short of that cell. 4 here, I was just thinking that was possible. Adding those two to 9 would leave 6, 8 here, but I've just proved that isn't possible here. 2 here, 7. 2, 5, 7, 9. Oh, this does exactly the same thing by putting a 3 there and another 9 there to clash. So that cannot stop short of this cell, which is now grey, and is 1, 2, or 3 because of the 3 total. Now where's the 8 going to be? Oh, 8 hits that cell. So neither 3 or 8 can reach either of these, which become green. Right. And now this is confined to 4 cells and must be 5, 1, 3, 9. I could have worked out some time ago that that was green on the same... No, I couldn't, because I didn't know that that was grey. That's great. Okay, good. Now, this isn't 9, that's not 3, this isn't 7. Now the total for these cells is quite small. 6, 5, 4 is as good as you could do there, 15. 3 there is 18. Oh, but you don't need much bigger than that to finish it off. Oh, can it be 6 cells or is it only 5? That might be an interesting thought. Can it be 6 with a 5 in? 1, 2, 5 is 8, and another 15 is either 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, which is impossible given the digits available here, or 1, 2, 5, 6, 9, which would need a 9 here, which is impossible because of the 8 total. I think I have just proved that, well, maybe I haven't. 1, 3, 5 would be 9. 1, 3, 5, 6, 8. Ow, bother. Okay, I haven't just proved that this is grey. I'd quite like to, but I don't think I can. Now, can this be a 1, 2 pair? Oh, that would be quite interesting because the 3 sum would make another 1, 2 pair somewhere either down or up here. Oh, this can't be a 2, I've just worked out, because that would be a 4 and that would break the 3 sum. That's taken a while. But it can be a 4 if that's a 2 and that's a 1. Then this is a 2. Then if this is a 4, you have a 2 below it. 4, 6, 11. Another 12 to go. I don't know. I don't know enough about how this is working now to do that. Oh, I should be looking somewhere else. I get very fixated on single parts of the grid. Oh, look, 3 and 1 are looking at that cell. There we go. That's 4. That's green. Now that's green and it's breaking up an 11, an 8 and an 11. This is going to have to be grey because 11 is either 2 or 3 cells. And that's in the 9 as well. Still haven't proved this is grey, although I bet it is. Could that be a single 6? No, it couldn't. If this was 6, 9, now we've got that. For this to be 6, 9 below here, it would be a single 6 there, which would break the 4 sum with 9 down there. That's not happening. Oh, bother. All I've proved is that 6 is above this green cell and 9 is below. That doesn't prove that this is a grey cell. One of these, yeah, that could even be a 6 itself with a 1 there and a grey cell there. Wow, Panthera, this is hard. I mean, if I've missed some general way of approaching this that's better, how sad. But there we go. Have I reduced these maxima minima at all? I don't think I have. Not that one, not that one. Haven't managed to touch that. Could still be 42531. Oh, this one. How could it seriously be 4? It would be a 2-1 pair and then a oh, it could be a 3 and then a 1-2-5 triple. Actually, it could. Okay, can this really be 8 in 3 cells down here? Oh, 9 is now in 2 cells, which would be or 1. Ah, stuck again. Okay, maybe I need to think about the magic square thing. I mean, I've been putting that off. Now, I know some things about 3x3 magic squares. I know they add up to 45 because they use the numbers 1 to 9. Therefore, each row, column, etc. adds up to 15. I also know that the only digit you can use in 5 different 15 sums with 4 pairs around it is a 5, so there's a 5 in the middle. I also know that 9 and 1 can only be in 2 sums, 942 and 951, say, for the 9. So they and the other odd digits must be touching the 5 orthogonally. And this 5 is not possible because that's got a 1 there and this can't be a 9 to make up the 15 sum. So that 5 is not forming the center of the magic circle, nor is this one, because you've got to put 2 odd digits either side and they're either 1, 9 or 3, 7. In that row, that's not possible. I mean, I don't really... 5 obviously can't be in the center of a magic circle on the perimeter, so those cells are all ruled out from being the central 5s. I don't know. This is not the way to do this, and I'm not going to carry on trying to do that. I need to do more on the Japanese sums first. So I've got this total of 30 in this row, which is at least 5 cells. That's why I've shaded the middle 3. I don't know. Maybe it's this, the 23. Come on, think about the 23. If it was, well, it's not just 4 cells. We need at least a 5th. And if it was 6, what did I work? Okay, I sort of gave up working on that when I found a way that it could be 6, which was 1, 3, 5, 6, 8. Which could be done here by 5, 6, 1, 3, and then an 8 either above or below. That is very possible. Oh, but that's... No, what am I talking about? That's 5 cells. Is there a 6 cell way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 is the only way to do it with a 5 in. That's what I should have been looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. That does annoyingly look possible. 5 and 4 there. These are from 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's really infuriating. It can be done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Now the outies then in the row, in the column, would be 6, 7, and 9. I don't know how to prove that. I mean, I suspect this is a 5-cell 23 because that is the only possibility for 6 cells. But sometimes the only possibility is the right possibility, of course. Right, let's think about 10, 3, 7. Can 7 be 2 cells? It couldn't be 3, 4. Oh, that's become a 3. This is green. Oh, that makes this a 6 up here. Why haven't I seen this ordinary stuff? Right, that means this is not green because we've proved 6 is above that green and it can't be in just that cell. So this is grey. And it's part of the 7 sum and it's part of the 6 sum. It could be the whole 6 sum. Or it might not be. Now, what has that changed anything for us? 22. Could this finish only if... if this digit is grey, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Can it be green? That's probably the thing. This would be a 6. This would be a 1. This would have 1, 3, 4 in it down this column at that point. Because the cell above the 6 would be green, that would have to be green. So we'd be going 1, 3, 4, 8. These would have to add up to 22. That's possible. Although that last one can't be more than 8. Oh, it's close. I think it's close to breaking. This is 3 if it's in... Oh, if this is grey and a 3, then the 9 involves that 3. It's either 3, 1, 5 or 3, 2, 4. Nah, it doesn't fix anything. If this is grey and a 2, that's a 2, 1. Then the 30 sum comes over here. Then this 30 comes down to there. 11 and 9 are using that cell. It's difficult for this to be grey, I think, but it's not impossible. Can that be a single 8? Maybe that's a... Oh no, hang on. How about the rule about regions? Look, these are in the same region, 5, 1, 3, 9. Okay, I'll just try and remember. I was colouring those 5s purple because they couldn't be the magic square. I don't think I know enough about the magic square yet. So let's think about the regions. These must be in one region. They're the kind of tail of one region. So let's make them orange. 5, 1, 3, 9. Now we need 7, 4, 2, 8, 6. Okay, so we can't get all of those round this way because we're going to bump into another 5 which can't get in the orange region. So it's going to need at least one cell that way, which is a 6. 5, 1, 3, 9, 6. Now it could get 7, 4, 8, 2 there. Actually, that seems very likely. What's this going to be if it's in the grey region? It's going to be small, and it can't be 1, 3, 5 or 6. So that would be 2 or 4. That would also be 2 or 4. It couldn't be 4 because that would be a 3. So it would have to go 4, 2, 5 here, and you'd be bumping into that 5. It's possible though, isn't it? 4, 2, and the 4 could be in the region. 4, 6, 9, 1, 3, 5. It would need a 7 from there. That 7's always in the region. Got a sort of T shape. Now we need a 4, 8 and a 2, but we could get a 2 here. I also don't know if we could get one there. I can't really work that out. I like the idea that 4, 8, 2 are there. Okay, hang on, here's another thought. This 5 is in a different region, so let's make that yellow, and that's got to come down to here. We know there are only 3 grey regions, and this 3 will not be in orange, and I don't think it's going to reach across the bottom to get to yellow, so we'll make that blue. And that's got to include that cell. So we've got starts on all 3 regions. Okay, that is interesting. This is maybe a better way to approach things now. Although I'm still left with the problem of trying to tie up orange at the top before I can then work my way around. Oh, maybe this means that there are numbers that cannot be. Like, we can't have a 3 over on the right-hand side of the grid anywhere. Because although yellow still needs a 3, there's no way that's going to come through here. That would already be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's not, well, that could just be a yellow 3, but it doesn't seem very likely, does it? That would be a 6. Mind you, that would actually be right for the number. Oh no, that's quite interesting. If yellow, this can't be the yellow 3 for this reason, that it would have to come through that cell, just snake along one cell at a time somehow. Oh no, it could, sorry, it could go into that cell, and that would be a 2-1 pair. No, this 3 sum would be totally wrong. Oh, if I can rule that out, then there's no way of this being a yellow 3. If I can. 2-1, 2-1. Ah, I can't. That's so annoying. I don't think you're ever going to make the 23 sum, but 5, 15, I don't know. Okay, and I don't know why I'm so desperate to say the yellow 3 is confined somewhere over here. Could even be that, couldn't it? 3, 9, 1, 5. Okay, I'm a bit stuck here. This is a fascinating puzzle, but I wish I was better at it. I really do. Is it to do with these regions, or should I be just doing Japanese sums or Sudoku? I haven't done a lot of that for a while. Or magic squares. There's so many options. Oh, what about the green regions? Oh, that's getting interesting. Right. As well as grey regions, we have green regions. And this this area has all got cut off. Oh look, this cell is going to have to be green, otherwise those are cut off to a maximum of 6 cells. It's got to get out through that cell. Now I'm wondering whether green has to get out through this cell as well. Or maybe you can have exactly 18 tied up in here. How many have we got so far? We've got 4, 8, 10, 12. Ooh, the only way that is grey is if all of these are green. Otherwise, green has to escape here, making part of the 2 regions. Can all of these be green? Actually, it would be very symmetrical. They very possibly can be. And the greys all have to join up, don't they? Because they can't get isolated single cells. Oh, I suppose you could join that as orange, and then blue could start down here. Ah, okay, it's not quite true. Ah, this is mad. Okay, I'm getting somewhere, I think, now. I can't just add the totals of these together, because there are outies that mess that up. I don't know what the totals are. 9. Oh, come on, Mark. Think how to get through this puzzle. Oh, look. This can't be a 1-3 pair, because what colour would the 3 be? Yellow could never reach there. Okay, so that's a 4. That took an awful lot of seeing. Totally unnecessary. That makes this a 6 by Sudoku. Right, so these cells are now green, just as I suspected. 3 is confined somewhere down here. That's not helpful. This can't be a 6 because it would either be orange or yellow, and they've both got a 6 now. So this can't be 4. This can't be 8. 7, 9, 6, 3, 1, 5. If that was 3, it's yellow, and it's really working hard. 3, 9, 2, 5, 6, 1. That would be a 2. This cell here, row 6, column 3, would be a 2, and it couldn't also be in yellow. Although it would be a grey cell. 3, 9, 1, 5, 6, 2. No, it wouldn't be a 2. 3, 9, 1. I'm wrong. 3, 9, 1, 5, 6. This would be a 2. So this would be another 1. But that could be in... Can that be in blue? No, because blue would have to come... This can't be blue because it's a 4. It's yellow. Right. So that can't be 3 anymore because it would have to be yellow. Then you'd go 3, 9, 1, 5, 6, 2. You'd get a grey 1 here, but any cell between here and here that's grey is a yellow. So we can't have that be another 1. So that is not a 3. That is a 4. Aha! 8, 2. Now I don't know their colours. This is not a 2 now. And I don't... oh, I was going to say this can't be a 2, but actually these are probably orange. Oh, okay. Yellow though. Yellow, 5, 6, 4. And we've got to have these 2 in it. And surely the remaining cells that join up yellow have to link these 3 cells somehow. Well, it takes 3 cells to link them. So this is the finish of yellow. The 5 and the 4 are the finish. So these cells are blue. And these ones are orange. And orange is complete. This one is blue as well then. And this can't be grey anymore. That's green. Right, now I can do the totals. 22, 26. I need another 5. Oh, it could be a single 5. And it's blue. Ah, it's blue. So it can't be 3, 2 or 4, 1 because they've been done in blue. So it is a single 5 in blue. That's a 1. This is now a 6. Oh, this is clever. This is clever. 5, 1, 6, 3, 4. Now, what's my total here? 13. Anything... oh, I tell you what I'll do. I'll think about the total of blue. The trouble is, I think I've got a problem. Yes, okay, I'm going to have to go back because the problem I've just identified... oh, bother. Revolved around the fact that I said 5 and 4 were the ends because I had 5 cells and I said plus 3 to join them is 9. 5 plus 3 is not 9. Knowledge bomb, it's 8. So that could be yellow, but these ones can't. They must be orange. That could be yellow, but these ones must be blue. Right, now I have to be careful because I could still put a 2 here and have a... I can't put a 2 here. So where's orange's 2 going to come? It's got to be touching the orange cells already there. Obviously it can be here. It can't be there because that can't be a 2, and it can't be here because you'd get a grey 4 here and a grey 3 here to make the 7 sum, and that would clash. So that is the orange 2. Now, yellow could get to here. And in fact, it's going to have to, because I think the rest of what I was thinking is solid. No, it's not. Yes, it is. That can't be orange anymore, so that's green. Now, what? Okay, I can carry on. Sorry, 26. These have to be blue. Anything grey up here has to be blue. So it can't be 2 cells adding to 5 because we can't use 3 or 4. So it's a single cell adding to 5. And this does become a 1 and it's blue, and this becomes a 6 and it's blue, and this total is done. So that's green and that's nice and symmetrical. Now, what I was trying to do, and which made me find the error I'd made on yellow, is add the columns. So blue in this column adds up to 30. Blue in this column, well, those add up to 6. And then we're probably going to add the 9 on. In fact, since yellow can't reach beyond this row, yes, we are going to add the 9 on. These must, any grey cells here must be blue. And that's all that blue can be, 45. That is the secret after all. So this is yellow. Yellow, blue can't, yeah, the blue are all confined to column 7 and 8. So that's green. Yellow can only have 1 cell extending beyond column 5. Right, now when I join up 3 here, it is going to finish off yellow. Anyway, we now know that's an 8 by Japanese sums. This is, I don't know, never mind about that. We've got to add up 9 here. It won't be in 3, it could be in 3 cells. It could be 2, 3, 4. No, it won't be. It could be. 13 here. We need at least 2 more cells to make 30. So that has gone blue. If that's a 9, in fact, we've got 9, 8, 7 and 2, and we need to make up 17. That's got to be, no, it could be 7, 2, 8. or 9, 8. It definitely involves an 8. Bother. How can I not be finishing this off? I mean, I'm so far along this path now. Come on, we've got 13 in this column, so we need another 10. So we're going to come down to there with yellow. Now we've got 7 cells coloured, so we're going to colour 2 of these 4. That's gone green, therefore. This is now a 3, therefore. Now the total in this column is 16. We need 7 more, and there's no 2 cell possibility. So it's got to be a single 7. And that's finished. That's green. This becomes yellow because it's all got to join up. We've got a 2, 1 and 9 to place. So the 3 is a 2, 1 pair. Good grief. This is a 9, which makes its 9 sum fine. Sorry, I must be able to do this sum. Yes, that's a 1. We get a 2 here. Now, what have we got going along the bottom? We've got 19, 23. We need another 7. Everything else is going to be blue. Therefore, it can't be 2 cells because no 2 cell sums are available. So it's a single blue 7. There, that's going to need a 2 above it to make the 9 sum. These have gone green. We've finished the colouring of the greys. We've got 8 and 9 left to place here, and the Japanese sums tells us how. And we have used all the Japanese sums clues. We've got our picture, although I mean I suppose the greens might form another picture. We don't need any of those markings anymore. We've established the 3 shaded regions. Okay. I'm sure we're not finished, but let's see if we can at least do something. There is a naked single. That's the sort of thing I like to see. It sees 2, 3, 6, 5 in the column, 9, 4, 8, 7 in the row. It's a 1. That makes this a 5. Still doing naked single work. 1 or 2 there. This is an 8, I think. Yes. Okay, so that's something. This is 4 or 5. Might as well do some. Oh, the magic square. Let's do as much as we can of pencil marking that's useful looking before we consider the magic square again. 4 and 9 at the top and bottom of that column. 1, 2 and 7 still to go. 3 and 6 in that row. 1, 2, 3 in this row. That's quite low. So let's actually just remove the grey because it is complicating the picture a bit needlessly. We've got 3 regions done there. In fact, maybe I remove all the green and we just work on white regions here. Okay, let's do that. It's a bit cleaner. Now I'm still looking at these clues outside the grid when I've fully finished using them, as I just explained to myself and I wasn't listening. Classic my brain. Now how are we going to figure out the rest of this puzzle? So these outer areas, they're quite interesting region shapes, aren't they? Because you've also got to bear in mind that aren't they're going to have clashes. For instance, you could theoretically have one region there. Let's just colour these. Green there, purple. This is theoretically. Purple there, that's a 9-cell region. So what I'm kind of suggesting is that we could have regions where these sort of semi-corner cells stretch to the other corners. But I don't think that's going to work because... Oh, maybe it will. Okay, no idea. Yeah, I don't know. Right, I need to do better pencil marking. 3, 7 or 9. 4, 8, 1, 2, 5, 3, 6, 7 or 9. Not useful. 2, 6 or 7. Ah, okay. This is all going to have to be one region, because that is kind of the doorway for cells in this area. They must all stick together because they have to get through this door. So that, let's not make it green over that side, let's make it red over that side and green over this side. So that's one region. This is another region which has a similar door here. So that's 7 cells. This is 7 cells, and therefore green can't reach there, so that's red. Red can't reach here, so that's green. And then one of these is green and one of them is red. Oh, and I don't know which is which. Do I? Don't think I know enough about the makeup of the numbers, so I'm going to have to start on the outside and then come in. Or am I? Hang on. Hang on. If there was a number repeated in those cells or in these cells, that would be excluded from these, and there isn't. Bother. Yeah, I mean, I could start considering where are the 1 and 5 in this green region, and knowing that they can't be there or there. Oh, okay. Magic square time. Let's think about the magic square. Okay, so it's time to highlight the 5s. Let's go purple again. Just all the 5s I've got so far. Which one of these could be a magic square? Remembering the magic square can't be on the perimeter, so it's got to be the magic square can be on the perimeter, but its 5 can't be. So the 5 has to be in these areas, and it can't be that one. I think it can't be this one because it needs odd digits contiguous, and this one, because of that 6. This one, it can be.
Young, exciting players around the group, which is
sorry about
so
that.
much energy, and I feel a bit.
Gosh, this video's taking longer than I thought. My telly's unfrozen. So it could be here. This is quite likely. 7 would go with 3. 9 would go with 1. This is definitely possible. Okay, can I rule out 5s? Okay, what are the remaining positions that could have 5 in the central 7 by 7? There aren't many of them, and they could easily be ruled out in one fell swoop. Not that one. Look, we've got 5s already in rows 2, 4, 5, and 8. So these are the remaining positions for 5. This couldn't be the centre of magic square because it's touching an 8. This one's touching a 6. This one's touching a 2. They're all ruled out straight away. This one would have a 5 in it. So would a 5 here. They're impossible. Could this be a 5? No, because 9 would have to be opposite 1 across it. And here, oh, this is... No, this isn't possible. If that was a 5, this would be one part of the magic square and it adds up to 16. This is the magic square down here. There it is. We've got 5 in the middle. This is a 1. That's a 7, 12. That's a 3. Making up the 15s, we get a 4 and a 6 and an 8. And there it is. Right, now, this had better help. Let's uncolour it all again because we've done it. Now, how does, I mean, the trouble is these are all different digits, which is not helpful. What I want to find is the same digit causing a blockage in the region. That's what I really need to find. But maybe we've got a little bit more information in the middle here. 3, 8, 9, 4, 8, 9, 3, 4, 8, 9. I don't think we have got much. 4, 9, 2, 1, 7. That's 3 or 5. Come on, what's this done? Except confused me further. Now how are we going to make up these outer regions? Is it really possible? These are from 3, 4, 8, or 9. Oh, where's the, that 6 is useful. Where's the 6 in green? It's in one of those cells, which we know there's one green and one red. So these are 1, 2, 5, 7, 3, 4, 8, 9. And the 1, 2, 5, 7 must be in this column. So 1 is in one of those 2 cells. 5 is in one of those three. 2 is in one of those three. 7 is anywhere in those 4. Oh, but bother. I suppose 3, 4 and 9. It all depends what that is. 3, 4 and 9 can all be here as well. Oh, that was not as useful a pencil marking exercise as I was hoping. 3, 4 and 9 somewhere, and 9 can be almost anywhere. Oh, bother. But one of these is a green 6. Now the other one is a red 2 or 8. And that means that 2 or 8 is not in this column. One of those digits is not in this column and appears either here or here. Is that any use? Don't think so. This is a 2 or a 7. Just because of the 6. Ah, this 1 can't touch that 1. That doesn't push 1 up to the top here, does it? Because no, I don't think it does. Because you could have a 1 here and then gather a group of 9 cells here or something. Maybe one more there. Yeah, no, that doesn't quite get it done. No, I liked this idea with the 6s that couldn't be in these greens, but I haven't been able to actually make it work for anything. Red is either 2 or 8. What does that mean? I don't know. Bother, bother, bother. That can't be a 3. This is a 1-2 pair now. So that's the 3 in the row. And I'm sure this isn't going to do anything. Oh, it is. It's going to make this a 6. Actually, that 3 made that a 6 already. So that can't be 3 or 6. So we've got these 6s clashing as well there. The trouble is this 6 could take loads of those digits. This 6 could take loads of those digits. Maybe I need to find a number that has to be fitted into one of these perimeter shapes and is difficult. Oh, that becoming an 8 means this 5 doesn't go round the corner and miss it. In fact, it means they're in the same shape, because if they weren't, the 5 would either go up there, but then the 5 in the column would have to be here, or the 5 would go... Oh no. Well, we can't have that. Just spotted that as a possibility, and we can't have that because the shape would need an 8 in it. So the 5 and 8 are in the same colour. Ugh, I don't know, that's probably totally uninteresting. 8, 3, 4. So these are 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 9. Ah, well maybe that is interesting with this pair. What I'm now thinking is, well, you can't have a region like that, because whatever these are will clash with, at least one of them will clash with 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 9 here. So I think these, if they're together, have to go, and they have to be together, don't they? Do all these corners have to be together? Yeah, I think they do, because the only way to make a 9 shape is like that. If the 3 wasn't grey, you'd have a shape like that, and you can't get an 8 in it. And if this wasn't grey, you'd have to have a shape like that to let them all fit in, and that would have 2 1s in it. So those are both grey. So maybe that is going to mean that all these corners are grey. Yes, I think it does, because these 5 cells, well, they could be grey, or they could be whatever this is up here, let's call it purple. Or they could be a mixture with the greys below the purples. But whatever way that works, you're going to get up here with 4 more cells to fill. So you're going to get to that cell, and then you're going to have to take in those two because they can't fit in anything else. And the same's going to apply over here. So these are going to be another colour. I'm going to risk blue, and I'm going to risk green down here. I'm sorry for the colourblind, but I'm using so many colours, it's very difficult to do anything perfect. Now, so these corners are all in individual shapes. Is that actually going to help me at all? So the 1 or 2 that is still to place in this, oh, well, it makes that a 7 because we've got a 1, 2 in its colour. Wow. And that 1 makes that a 2. Actually, that was just doable by Sudoku. Anyway, the 2 in this column is going to be grey, not purple. So grey has to come up to at least there. Yeah, that's a way to have insights. Okay, that could be useful. So the 3 and 8 in this column, which can't be here by Sudoku, are going to have to be, oh, I see, once grey's extended 2 cells there, purple will have to take those 2 cells, blue will have to take those 2, and green will have to take those 2, otherwise you won't get enough cells. Okay, this can't be green because green has a 6, so that's grey, so that's purple, so that's blue, so that's green. Blue needs a 6, which can't come in this column, and must therefore be somewhere here, a blue 6. Then there's going to be a 6 that isn't here in the final column, and it isn't here, and it's going to have to be purple because grey's got a 6. It's got to be here. That's a 6, and that's purple. So I've actually got a digit in the final column, and I can replicate. Oh, sorry, this wasn't meant to be blue. I don't know how I accidentally coloured that blue. That is now green because of this pushing a cell further round everywhere. I think I was trying to colour this blue at some point. No? No, I'm confused. Isn't this right? I think this was right for the 6. Blue needed a 6. I don't know how I ended up colouring that blue. That was rubbish. I think this is green now. Yeah, because grey, that could be grey or green, but that's always going to be green. Right. So I'm just left with 4 cells to colour, and I've got all the regions there. Now, 6, that... No, I don't know that it's a 6. Blue has a 6, that's all I was learning. 8, 1, 6, 5, 3, 4. So we need a grey, 2, 7, and 9. Purple, we've got 1, 6, 2, 7. Oh, purple needs 4, 3, and 8. And they can't be in this column, so they have to be these 3 cells. So now we know all the colours to fit 9 cells in. Right. We're done on the shade, on the colouring. Now, okay, 8, 3, 4. That is a 3, 8, 4 triple. Oh, it's purple. What's gone wrong with my colouring? Right, this is a 5, 9 pair. Can't believe I don't know how they're resolved. This is a 2, 7 pair. This has to be a 9 in grey. This is 2, 7, 5, 4, 3. So that's a 4. 1, 6. Then these are 8 and 9. That's become a 6. Now, which was the 6 was green. Oh, I hadn't finished off the colouring. I have now. I'd forgotten those 2 cells, obviously. That's not a 6. Now, 6, 8, 9. We need a 6 and a 9 in blue. Oh, that's become a 9 by Sudoku. That is not possibly a 6. That's a 3, 4, 8. 9 is looking at that cell, so it's just Sudoku probably here. Oh, look, there's a 2, 7 pair. Oh, there's a much better. There's a 9 looking at that cell. 2, 7 pair. So lots of those aren't possible. 1, 5, and 6. That's 5 or 6. That's 1, 5 or 6. Let's do the perimeter. That is much more profitable. 5, 7, 3, 4, 8. That's a 6 because it's naked. That is a 2, 1 pair going on there. These are a 4, 5, 7 triple. We know where 5 goes at least. This is 1 or 2, and we can tell which from the bottom row. That's become a 7. Red is a 2 in the middle. This is a 5, 3 pair. Wow, I mean, this puzzle is crazy, crazy, crazy. but I think we're getting there now. 5 there, 3 and 5. This is a 7-9 pair. Now, everything is saying this is a 1, 3, 4, 8, 6. So that's a naked 4. That's a naked 8. That's a naked 3. And that's a naked 1. Brilliant. Red is as good as finished. Just one pair to go. 7, 2 over there. This is a 5. That's a 1. This is a 7. What about the 3, 4, 8 at the top? Yes. 8, 4, 3. Just like that. 8, 9 pair are done. 4, 7 pair. And we are finally finishing off. What a puzzle, Panthera. That is amazing. I mean, that is amazing. Just over an hour. Let's restore these shaded cells to the grayness that befits them, or the dark grayness. So, okay, actually, let's uncolor everything else. I mean, I know the region shapes. We've established that. What I'd quite like to do now is try and see if I can work out, and I never can, what the picture is of. Because I mean, I've sort of seen it during this solve in passing and not understood it at all. So we'll go back to just the greys. I mean, we have understood the regions. We've solved the puzzle. Happy about that. What is that a picture of? It's sort of a bit like a road sign or an owl's face. I quite like that. That's possible, looking straight out at us. Chaos Power is the title. I don't know what that implies. It's a brilliant puzzle, whatever it is. I'm going to guess an owl face, and somebody will tell me in the comments, hopefully, because people are a lot better at seeing these things than I am, and that's fine. But pleasure to do the puzzle. Don't forget the Joseph Namer puzzle pack tomorrow, dropping at 4 p.m. our time, which is 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will see you soon on the channel. Bye for now.